Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. A special prosecutor to be appointed to investigate the activities of the previous administration in St. Lucia. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Friday, 10th December 2021. Details when we return.
Conveniently located in the Grand Anne Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair Grandans will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
Welcome back. St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pear has put public officers on notice ahead of the appointment of a special prosecutor that regardless of their rank in the public service, they will be held accountable for any misdeeds. Zane Romulus of DBS News World reports.
During his maiden speech in the House of Parliament, Prime Minister Philip Pear disclosed that his administration would investigate the activities and operations of the previous administration to ensure accountability to taxpayers. These investigations would be conducted by a special prosecutor. It would appear that the current administration will soon name the individual who will fill this role. Prime Minister Pear on Monday told reporters that investigations will be thorough and the government will take action against any public servant found liable of misappropriating government funds.
As it speaks, the taxpayer of St. Lucia is liable for millions of dollars for bad actions by the last government. We're not going to be following that trap. We're going to be doing things systematically. We're going to be looking at the evidence. But rest assured, anybody who has stolen the government's money, at whatever level it is, they will be brought to justice.
Pear also noted that unlike what obtained with the former administration, his administration has allowed individuals appointed to certain positions to continue in their positions according to the terms and agreements of their contracts.
You should note, we have not sent home one ambassador because up to today, you, the taxpayers of the country, you're paying for the government, the last government, firing ambassadors. You paid some, and you have some more to pay. Not me, the taxpayers of the country. So we're not going to be going down that track. We're going to be mature. We're going to go through process.
Once investigations are conducted and any of these individuals are found to be involved in any malfeasance, they will be held accountable. For the DBS News World, I am Zane Romulus.
Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown is optimistic that his country will register growth this year as he is expecting a rebound in economic activity with several projects on the horizon. More in this ABS News story.
We should see nominal growth, maybe between 1% and 2%. And it would have shown that the decline that we had last year wasn't as a result of any bad policies of our administration. It's because of the fact that we had a significant reduction in trade because of COVID.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Brown expects accelerated expansion in real gross domestic product in 2022. He says this will be driven by various projects as the government continues to push for further diversification of the economy.
We're hoping that we can grow the country's economy by at least 8%. And based on certain projects existing and new ones to commence in 2022, we could possibly get up to 10%. And this is assuming that there's stability in all of 2022, because if we end up with new variants that become very destructive and there's disruption in the system, then clearly we would not achieve that level of growth. But the prospects are looking pretty strong, and I want to thank the Antigua and Barbuda people, for the level of resilience that they would have shown during the last almost 2 years.
There is a call for Trinidad and Tobago's Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, to resign. It's coming from the United National Congress, as the political party says the lives of prisons officers continue to be at risk. TV6's Alicia Boucher has more in this report.
Member of Parliament for Naparima Rodney Charles is referring to the state of the country as a wild, wild west when it comes to crime. Over a 3-day time span, just over a week ago, 2 prisons officers, Trevor Surratt and Nigel Jones, were gunned down while gunmen attempted to take the life of another prisons officer in El Dorado. President of the Prisons Officers Association, Saren Richards, linked these events to a hit list created by inmates to kill 13 officers by Christmas. Charles is blaming Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, as he highlights Richards' remarks that the association has lost faith in national security as it relates to protecting prisons officers.
Today, the United National Congress calls for the immediate resignation of the Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines. We call for his resignation for gross incompetence.
Charles is waiting to see how much of the $675,000 allocated in the 2022 budget for CCTV would be spent to improve prison surveillance. In the meantime, he says prisoners feel empowered enough to hold feds and maintain contact with the underworld.
And are bold-faced enough to plead their case for killing prison officers on social media.
Charles also wants to know what is the plan for weeding out rogue prisons officers who endanger the lives of their colleagues. Alicia Boucher, TV6 News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick.
Barbados' central bank governor is predicting that the Barbados economy could grow between 7 and 9% if the tourism sector picks up and holds its own next year.
Central Bank Governor Cleviston Haynes made the comments as he addressed the quarterly general meeting of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association this morning.
But we cannot ignore the reality that a robust performance by the tourism sector is needed to generate foreign exchange earnings and accelerate growth in support of government's fiscal consolidation efforts and promotion of debt sustainability. With the prospects for a stronger, sustained recovery of the sector, we anticipate growth of at least 7 to 9% in 2022. However, over the medium term, by targeting overall growth of at least 3% per annum over a sustained period, we can shorten the horizon for attaining our debt target. Tourism has a critical role to play in achieving this objective.
There would be no shortage of food this Christmas. That's the assurance of Barbados' Minister of Tourism and International Transport, Senator Lisa Cummings, who says that despite the interruptions in global supply chains, the country has enough food reserves to supply both the local and tourism demand over the busy holiday period.
There is no doubt in anyone's minds here. We've all been watching the news. We've all been seeing globally what is happening with supply chain interruptions. Everyone has seen what's happening globally. Certainly, I can say that from my own perspective, both as the minister responsible for tourism and as the chairman of the CTO, we have been speaking across the region and locally with suppliers about what is going to happen with the supply chain, and we are comfortable that we have adequate supplies both locally and regionally in order to go through the winter season, both locally and to ensure that people who are visiting our shores have adequate supplies. But it is the inefficiencies that may exist in the logistics chain that will cause challenges.
While tabling the facilitation of the International Maritime Traffic Bill 2021, Senator Cummings also pointed out that government is working to address inefficiencies at the port in an effort to keep the cost of goods down.
And so once goods land in Barbados or ships are inbound to Barbados, it is in our interest to ensure that we clear those goods as quickly as possible without incurring any further delays in port, any further charges in port, any further costs therefore associated with those delays, including demurrage charges, Mr. President, which are as a result of those kinds of delays, which will then have an impact, a detrimental impact on the cost for the consumer. So we can't control what happens globally. We can't control what happens in the international supply chain, but we can mitigate the impact of further increases as a result of implementing port efficiencies and logistics chain efficiencies, such as the implementation of the maritime single window, the electronic single window, a port community system, a Secure World functioning effectively, and all of the agencies being on board and online and clearing goods in real time.
The Jamaican government has announced the relaxation of the 7-hour curfew, and the mandatory work from home for the public sector will continue until year's end as the country moves to curb the further spread of the coronavirus pandemic that has killed 2,411 people and infected 91,554 people since March 2020. More in this TVJ News item.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness came to the House of Representatives on Tuesday with changes to the COVID-19 containment measures effective December 10 to January 14. First up, the curfew hours.
The curfew hours will be from 10 p.m. nightly to 5 a.m. the following morning. So we have moved the curfews up 1 hour through this period.
On December 24, Christmas Eve or Grand Market, arguably the busiest shopping day of the year, different curfew hours will apply.
Curfew will commence past midnight and start at 1 a.m. early Christmas morning. So and for New Year's Eve night, December 31st, the curfew will commence after midnight at 1 a.m. early on New Year's Day.
Conveniently located in the Grand Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair grants will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
I am Eddie Frederick, wishing you a restful weekend. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.